Yeah, I'm Kathleen. I'm an addict. Grateful to be here tonight, Clayne. Hi, family. Our next speaker comes from Wyo, Nebraska area, Rocky Mountain Zone, and I've been honored and blessed to have known him for many years. And I've watched him grow and change and become the man he's supposed to be, the man who the universe had in mind for him, and he loves his family and his children and his wife. And it's been a pleasure to watch him grow and to have him here with us tonight. Please welcome Billy G.
Hi, family. I'm Billy. I'm an addict.
Hey, Billy.
Oh, I'm so grateful to be here. They asked me to do this, and my old addict ways and behaviors come in, and I always question myself, what do I have to offer? Like most of the time, I'm just holding on and trying to take in knowledge and trying to be a better person, and this disease has always told me that this program works, but it just doesn't work for people like me. And I always separated myself from this, and it took me a long time to get here. I struggled with addiction in and out of the rooms for years, for 20 years. I was just talking to my wife, and it was New Year's Eve, like 1989, that I was introduced to my drug of choice, and I thought I had fell in love. I thought that this was the answer to all my needs and wants. And a year later, I was in my first treatment center, not knowing what was going on, and what just happened, and it just spiraled from there. Treatment centers for years, and I would go to meetings, and I would see Kathleen and Big Steve and all of these people in there, and the program was working for them, and they were doing it, and I would come in, and I would think that I just had to go to meetings, or I just had to find the right concoction to master this using, that I wasn't like you, and that my life, I was different. I always thought I was different my whole life, and felt different, and I thought drugs was the answer, and I soon came to believe that it was just pain and misery. I grew up in a home like most people, like I used to think I was so unique that my life was just so different, and nobody experienced the things that I did. Nobody was messed with the way that I was messed with, and nobody felt the way I felt. And when I came into the rooms, all the times I would come in and see these people, and they would hug me, and they would say, welcome back, and we're glad you're here, and God, you look like shit, and just stick around, and try and do something different. And I didn't understand what they were talking about. I didn't I thought I could do it, and I would stay clean for 30, 60, 90 days, and I struggled so hard, and it just made me believe that I knew the program worked. It just wasn't for me. I ended up getting in trouble in all my life, but particularly one time in 2008, and this is after going in and out of treatments, and I went to a facility to try to get my job back, and they said, this is like your 11th treatment center. What do we have to what do we have to do for you? You know, like you're chronic, you're 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 destined to die from this basically, and what can we do? And I was like, just put me in treatment, just let me dry out so I can get that fresh high. That's what I was thinking. And they said, we're not gonna open up a bed for you, and we're gonna put you in an IOP program, because if you want this, then you're gonna have to work for it, and we're not gonna waste a bed on you. And I was like, whatever. I just wanted my job back. I just wanted my wife off my back. I wanted my kids to trust me. I just wanted life, you know. I just wanted things back. And I truly didn't believe I could get clean. I went to a meeting the next day because that's what I knew. I knew if I had any chance that of this thing, that I needed to get to a meeting. And I went to a meeting, and then I went to the IOP program, and they said, Billy, you don't have to use just for today, even if you want to. And I just didn't understand. And so I at this time, I really didn't believe that a power greater than myself had me. I thought that I did so much bad that there was no God that was ever going to forgive me for the things that I'd done, or even wanted anything to do with me. But I was so broken and beat from coming in and out there. I didn't have anywhere else to turn. And I met up with a guy that I had asked to sponsor me. And he said, Billy, just pray, you know. He said, and I told Steve, I don't know how to pray. I don't know what to pray for. And I went home, and he said, my favorite prayer is help me, please, whoever you are, whatever you are, please help me. I just want a day clean, you know. And I did. I went home for the first time. You know, I always thought I was working a program all these times I was in these treatment center. I always thought I was doing the right thing. You know, I thought if I went to meetings, or if I just hung around the right people and didn't do any work, and I didn't even know what the work was. I heard him talk about it all the time, and working a program and stuff, and I didn't understand it. And I started going to these ILP program, and these guys, when we would start the program, they would call out how much time they had. You know, well, I got 23 days, or I got 33 days. And I'm like, I got 2 days and I feel like using. There's no way that I'm ever going to make 23 days. Like, this is impossible, you know? And I went to the meeting the next day, and they kept telling me, you know, you need to get a sponsor, you know, you need to get a sponsor and start working the steps and go to meetings. And so I went to my sponsor now, and I asked him again, because I'd asked him several times, you know, to be my sponsor, and he would always say, yeah, you know. And he looked at me, and he put his hands on my shoulders, and he said, Billy, will you effing let me be your sponsor? And I don't know what changed. I don't know what changed. I looked up and I said, yeah, you know, I mean, like help me, you know. I kept going to these meetings, and I still didn't believe I could stay clean. And now I was praying these little prayers, you know, picking up anything I could along the way, just really mocking people, just like just saying, doing what they suggested. And it was starting to work, you know. This facility I was in, they it was summertime, and they wanted to do an event and stuff, and they asked me if I would like put a proposal so NA could play AA in softball. And it was like, that sounds crazy, that sounds great. But they said, the only thing is, that it's like 30 days out. And I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to be clean for 30 days. You know, that this is going to be impossible. And I put this proposal and they accepted it. And the next thing you know, it's 30 days later and we're playing this softball game. And I'm wondering, how did I get here? Like this life that I'm experiencing don't happen to people like me. And I started meeting with my sponsor more and more, and we cracked the book. And he says, "I'd like you to write these things word for word. And when you finish a chapter, I want you to come and meet with me, and let's discuss it. You know, let's go over it." And and I did. For the very first time, I did. You know, he also said, "I want you to pick a time, any time, Billy, and when your phone goes off, I want you to call me at that time every day." And so I picked a time, and every day at 6 o'clock, my phone would go off, and I would call him, and I'd be like, "Big, you know, I'm like I'm calling you, you know what I mean? Like help me, like help me get through this." And Big would talk, and he was always there. And my gratitude is like every time I reached out and learned something new about this program, it was always there for me. You know what I mean? It never let me down. And I would call Big sometimes, and I would get so like he would say, me, my, more. And he wouldn't answer the phone because he worked on the railroad, and sometimes he wasn't available. And I would be, "This dude, what's up with this? Like you're supposed to answer this. You're supposed to be here for me." And I started to realize, like, you know, like it's not about me. You know what I mean? It's about just knowing that I'm not as unique as I thought I was, you know, knowing that I have another number to pick up, you know, to call somebody else when Steve's not there. And I started developing this ability to be, to get clean. And it was crazy. You know, they told me that I had to give up all my people, places, and things. And like Kathleen said, family is everything to me. And I grew up in a family where I was the oldest, and I was taught like you take care of your brother and your sister, and when things go down, you're responsible. And along the way, I had drugged my sister into this world of addiction with me. And every time I tried to get clean, I could never break away. You know, I always had to go try and save her when I couldn't even save myself. And when they told me that they suggested that I stay away, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, to leave my sister stuck in addiction. And I couldn't even do anything because I basically couldn't even really help myself. And I did what they suggested. I broke away, and I found this new family, you know, with Kathleen and Gail, and all this encouragement and all this love. And it wasn't that I didn't have it out there. I just didn't believe I deserved it, you know, because of how I was. And to leave my sister behind was the hardest thing I ever did. And I started working the steps, and I would go to my mom's, and she would walk in and she'd be all messed up, and she'd say, "Billy, what are you doing?" And I'd be writing my step work out, and I'd be like, "I'm doing this deal, you know." And everybody was like, "You know, how long is this going to last this time, you know? And this is different. You never ever did any of this." And I was involved, and they asked me to speak at a Unity's Days. And in order to do that, I had to get like 60 days clean. And I started praying, and 60 days later, I was able to speak at Unity's Days with Gail and Tommy O chairing this meeting. and it was like the most uplifting thing I ever experienced in my life. And I'm like the other guy. I'm so nervous about speaking, and it's so hard for me to get out of myself. And I've been saying prayers the whole time now that I'm doing this to try to share, because I always believed that I didn't have a story, you know. Um, anyway, um, this program is a program of action, and people notice you and notice things going on. And my sister started coming around a little more at my mom's. I would never go to her house because I couldn't trust myself. And this is a program of attraction rather than promotion. And 11 months later, my sister came into this program, and and she started working a program of recovery, and I got my friend back. I got my best friend. I got my family to trust me again, and I got my wife to to just be in my life. I pushed everyone away for so long, and I gave them false hope for so long. When I actually started doing something, it was noticed, and and they fell in love with this fellowship. If I was going somewhere, it was to a NA program or something. My family was with us. We were deep, and that's how we rolled with my kids and everybody. And that's the gratitude that I have today, is that I'm able to be a father, a son, a husband, and teachable. I have a job. I work and provide. Um, it was like 2 years clean, and my sister was like a year clean. And my parents wanted to take my kids on a cruise to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands and stuff, and they wanted us to go with them, and we were all gung ho. As I had 2 years clean, my sister had a year clean, and we're all ready to go. And we fly into Houston, and I told my sister, I'm like, man, like I'm getting like a little crazy here. She was like, well, let's go to a meeting, Billy. We got to go to a meeting. And I started thinking, and I was like, man, there's no way that I can go to Jamaica clean. There's no way I could do this. And we went to that meeting, and it helped. We came out, we were refreshed a little bit, and we were ready. We thought. We get up and we start walking up on this ship, and all of these pretty ladies have all of these trays with all of these fancy drinks with umbrellas and all of this stuff going on. And I look at my sister and I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this clean. And she was like, Billy, let's just stay together. Let's just stay together, and let's just do this. And so we went to our rooms. I really ran to my room, and we had problems. We were supposed to have these bunk beds set up for our kids and stuff, and it wasn't right. So we went down to the counter, to the front desk, and we were waiting in line, to let them know, are you going to put these down? What's wrong? Are we in the wrong suite? Whatever. And I'm tripping. I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, please, God, if you exist again, please help me, because this is not going to work. And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm telling her, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. And we're waiting in line, and there's a lady in front of us, her and a guy, and they're talking, and I'm kind of eavesdropping, and I hear her say, the convention's going to be awesome on this ship. I can't wait to this start. Like, let's go up and get our registrations. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I listen, and I tap her on the shoulder, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, dude, this is the so-called convention of Narcotics Anonymous on this ship, and there's a huge convention going on here. And I'm like, no way, you're lying. I mean, like gratitude, like like I was not alone again. You know what I mean? I have this higher power just lift me up and watch over me. And we went up and we went to go register, and it was a little situation going on. I think they thought we were trying to, go past some funds and stuff. I think that they thought we knew about this cruise and we were trying to get over on like some registration fees, and after it was all said, they welcomed us on, and they took our money, and they they uh they said, welcome to this cruise. And I ran upstairs before we took off, and I called my sponsor, and I was like, Steve, I came on here knowing that there's no way that I'm going to do this. There's no way that I'm ever going to make this cruise. And come to find out that it's a convention of Narcotics Anonymous on the ship. And he's like, Billy, you're working your 4-step. Why don't you grab somebody and do your 5th step and then just throw them overboard, that he got a big kick out of that. And we got to Jamaica, and me and my sister hung around people in recovery. We did good things, and I got you. Thank you. And we made it. This program has given me a life beyond my imagination. My clean date is April 7th, 2008. And I've been able to work this program with my sponsor to have a life that's incredible. And not because of my doing, because of the doing of this program. This program offered me this ability to get clean and stay clean, and I never thought it was possible. For me, this program doesn't. I have to continue to work it. I just just like everybody, this COVID thing has been crazy for me and my family, and everything. My wife has lost 8 people in 8 months, and we're grateful that I'm grateful that I get to be here for her this time, because when her dad died, I was locked up in a treatment center and I was nowhere to be around. This time, when her mom died in March, I was here for her. We got to do it together. I've developed this relationship with a higher power that I never even thought was possible. Like, God has been behind me in every aspect of my life. When I step out of the way and let things happen, it's so incredible, to do that. It's not always so easy. I talk about this COVID thing. Me and my wife ended up getting this COVID, and it really messed me up. It messed up. I mean, I'm not dead, and I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that, but it messed up my sinuses, and it's been a minute. And I was doing this. I was having all these migraine headaches and stuff, and my wife went and got some over-the-counter nasal spray, this stuff that's supposed to work, and I was doing it for like 3 days. This is just for like 3 days, and then Wednesday morning I wake up with this craziness in my stomach and this drainage that felt familiar, and I was scared. I was like, what the heck's going on here? Like I don't know what's happening, but this feeling is wrong. So I went through the next day, didn't say anything, and I was like, man, am I holding this a secret? Am I keeping this a secret? Do I need to I was just questioning myself all the way around. It's over the counter nasal spray, it's helping, it's doing this. Well, the next day I wake up and I do it, and I do it, and I'm sick. I'm like totally in trigger mode or whatever. I mean, I taste a substance. My stomach is just nauseous like it used to be, and I'm jacked, and I'm scared. I'm scared. And I called my sponsor yesterday. This is just yesterday, and I call him and I'm like, Steve, I'm like, dude, I feel like I feel like I'm doing something, and I can't hold secrets. You know, I know secrets kill me, and I know that I need to tell you what's going on, and I need to see what you suggest. And where I'm going with this is, you know, Steve talked to me, and we agreed that, you know, I shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be taking this if I'm feeling this way. But he also suggested that I work step 6, you know, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, as long as I continue to work these steps, and even when these things pop up in my life, and life starts to go crazy, that I have this program of recovery that brings me, it gives me choices, it gives me a life, it gives me this ability to carry on and share. You know, I know I didn't share about my service work and stuff. It's just because right now it's non-existent. We go into the jails, and we take recovery into the jails, but right now they don't let us in, and it's driving me crazy. You know, my home group is usually in Cheyenne, 10:30 on every day, Anchors Away. But with COVID, I don't go to indoor meetings anymore, and I switched my home group to a group in Seattle during the day, and I get to go to a meeting every day. You know, I'm just so grateful, and I love this program so much. My gratitude is with all of these people, Kathleen, for even asking me. I love you guys, and I see that, and I hope I made sense. If not, I mean, this is who I am, and I love you guys, man. Thank you so much for being here for me, and I hope I could be there for the next addict. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Billy. So grateful you're here.
Please help me close this meeting with a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.